Welcome to Ringside Rips. My name's Andres, and we're just gonna be jumping into it. It's a brand new season. It's the WrestleMania season. We're going into Elimination Chamber, but we're gonna take a view out of the point of something else, something that it's not that pivotal, something that you're not paying attention because you don't have your eyes wide open. Yes, we're looking exactly at what it has to be, how it comes to be in standing of the pivotal point, right? You're not gonna be able to see, you're not gonna be able to understand, you're not gonna see the difference between what's happening and what isn't happening. But what you will be understanding is exactly at what moment, at what time we're gonna be seeing it come down to be. And yes, Elimination Chamber, it's a full thing. It's a full page turner. It's a full bomb burner. It's everything in between and everything we could have dreamed of. But in the end, we're just gonna jump into it, right? Elimination Chamber. What does the Elimination Chamber even mean? Well, Elimination Chamber, what we got to see last year, it was a pivotal point. It was a bunch of things. It was a bunch of changes. And it started off with the heel turn, right? That's when we got to see that John Cena, he put himself into the position, he forced himself into that thing, and now we're left wondering, alright, what is gonna happen? What happened? Well, this time it's all different, right? Elimination Chamber this year around is actually a bit different. We got things coming up to be changing out, paling, understanding, and this year it's gonna be in Chicago, Illinois. They haven't had this type of match in about over 20 years or so, and we're just left wondering what is going to be, what is going to happen. How can it be said, how can it be read, how can it be certain that we are about to experience Elimination Chamber, right? We're about to experience it forever and for more. For what we understand, Elimination Chamber is here for the grand thing and the grand tanking of it all. Now, how are we understanding each other? How are we breaking it apart? How are we undertaking what it needs to be? Well, Elimination Chamber in Illinois this year, it's going to be a great pivotal point. It's going to be a great thing for us to be paying attention to. It's going to be something where we're going to have to be understanding, undertaking, and maybe even participating in what is being made out of, because it's going to be something huge. We've already had Randy Orton, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans. They've already solidified their spots there, and we're just left wondering at this point, what else are we going to see? What else are we going to see? Who will it be? The LA Knight's time? Is it Randy Orton's time? Is it someone else's time? I mean, whose time is it gonna be? Whose time is it gonna be here for them to actually take the crown, have a WrestleMania moment? And it's gonna be for that championship that is right now being held by Drew McIntyre. It's something that Drew McIntyre is holding on to, and we're left wondering, well, what exactly will we be seeing? Elimination Chamber is right here. And we've already solidified ourselves with a multitude of people already getting that spot. Now we're left wondering, what are we going to be seeing and what are the outcomes that should be happening? Randy Orton, he's a man who's about to retire. He's a man who has fought his career and has the accomplishments and the accolades to consider himself one of the best. Are we ready to close the chapter on Randy Orton? Are we ready to tell it all and say it all for peace? Are we ready to tell us all that it is the time, it is the place, it is the magnitude, place, and the decision to call out Randy Orton, to say, hey, nothing you can say, nothing you can break what you wanna play. If you don't really understand, it's all in the hands of Randy Orton. He took it away, as mentioned here, defeated Aleister Black. Now, Aleister Black, it was a great addition for him to come back and for him to make an impact into what was the WWE, but they've lost it. They lost their page with Aleister Black. It's not understanding anymore. We've lost it because it could have made a lot more sense, but it definitely doesn't. It definitely does not. It definitely puts us all in the showings that what is actually happening. Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, Javon Evans, Logan Paul, CM Punk, key features. And I mean, what happened to LA Knight? What happened to Damian Priest? Why are we continuing to push on, of course, Logan Paul? I know that he has his promotions in it. He has his money in it. But you gotta understand what is actually happening. Logan and Paul being involved in all this is one of another thing that is causing the Elimination Chamber to lose its credibility. It's one of those things that is making us say, okay, we're doing it almost every other single day. We're coming to it. We're showing it live. We're really understanding and undertaking, but at what point are we going to be making it make sense, making it make perfect sense to what is coming to happen, what is going to say, what is going to be, what is going to say? Because at that point, we're going to make sure that we're all making sense of it, right? We're all gonna make sure that at one point we're all gonna make sure that it has to be. Well, yes, Elimination Chamber is coming around the corner. It is something that is ultimately said, ultimately something that has high implications. LA Knight defeated Penta and Austin Theory. Look at that. Look at the list of the people who people had to beat, right? Javon Evans defeated Gunther and Dominic Mysterio. Two title holders, two champions in their own right. They're giving Javon Evans a little bit of push, a little bit of credibility. Cody Rhodes, well, he defeated Jacob Fatu and Sami Zayn. We're throwing Sami Zayn into the wolves. We're not giving him any credibility. He continues to lose, and lose. And it's all good because we've lost it, right? He's lost the commodity. He's lost everything in between. And at the same time, we're left wondering what will become of Cody Rhodes, what will become of Sami Zayn, what will become of Jacob Fatu. Those are actually interesting people that can all have their own storylines, and that's pretty much why they don't really need to win WrestleMania. Right now, Javon Evans already won by attending Elimination Chamber, by being in the contingency, by being in a match with Randy Orton, who he's battled it off before. He's got some working with Cody Rhodes, with LA Knight. I mean, these people, high caliber. The guy, Javon Evans, not gonna win. Don't even consider it. It's just something where they're giving the flowers to this rookie. I think behind the scenes, Javon Evans doesn't really make that much money. So what they're doing is they're giving him some type of compensation for showing him his work without him having to go off and look for other types of deals, other types of opportunities. Because right now, every single man that they raised from NXT, Javon Evans, Obafemi, Trick Williams, they've all been doing a great job. They've all been making their impact. They've all been showing out. And even like what's happening in NXT, people are just moving on up. People are just taking the run with it. And they're not afraid to. And so this is definitely just a little bit showing. We're not going to see any new person win. Now, LA Knight defeated Penta and Austin Theory. That already tells you both of these people, they have some type of credibility, but it's mid-carder on mid-carder on mid-carder. And I mean, that's kind of not cool because LA Knight always, in my eyes, deserved an opportunity, and I just feel like he's gonna be one of those Sami Zayns, right? He's gonna be one of those people that never got an opportunity, a real opportunity to actually take the reins, to actually run with it, to actually consider himself a champion, consider himself one of a kind, and one of those people that can possibly do it, if not to be he. LA Knight needs to take the runs with it. He needs to be able to continue and mark himself as the champion. He needs to be able to right now to solidify and get himself out of the mid card, and that is exactly what LA Knight, no matter what you want to say, even if he gets to face off Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania, we see him at WrestleMania for an actual World Championship belt. We see him facing off, and that elevates his status. We don't need to do the same thing that we've done with Jey Uso. We need to elevate some status. We need to build credibility. Javon Evans has solidified his credibility by being already in this match, by defeating the people he had to defeat. Cody Rhodes has credibility, and if you can see the people he faced off of, there is some storylines that are there for WrestleMania without the need of a title. And lastly, Randy Orton, a Hall of Famer in his own right, defeated two up-and-coming main eventers, Solo Sikoa and Aleister Black, that just right now don't seem to be seasoned enough to be able to take the reins away from a legend. So Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, they don't really need to win right now. They don't really need that WrestleMania spotlight, but someone who does could be LA Knight. Now, up-and-coming matches include Bronson Reed against Jey Uso, and I want to believe that the WWE is going to do the correct thing. They're going to do the right thing by giving this spot to what should be Bronson Reed. They should not at all give this spot over to Jey Uso. Not to say Jey Uso doesn't deserve it, not to say Jey Uso shouldn't be given an opportunity, but we pretty much have given up on Jey Uso. We've given the reins up, we've moved on from him, and we've put him back into that tag team division. And we're left wondering, alright, what will be the changes? What can be the stakes? What can be the high changes that we see? And what will be taken off to be? Well, let's understand that things are the way they are because of the mistakes that have happened, because of the things that have occurred, because of the way that Jey Uso has implemented his own things. Elimination Chamber is the time to give opportunities to other men, to give opportunities to those who aren't really in that main event category. And right now, for what we have in the men's section, we're seeing the opportunity for someone to finally lock in that opportunity, to finally solidify themselves and find themselves in a world title match with actual possibilities. LA Knight. In the women's side, for what we've seen, it's Asuka, Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, and Alexa Bliss. It's all high hitters. It's all big time people looking at, and for not, it's kind of a showing of what is actually going on in the WWE's women division. Right now, it seems to be that the WWE can't get out of its own corner. They seem to be locked in with the same superstars. Unlike with the men, they don't really have a way to be elevating those NXT superstars. We haven't really seen Roxanne, Maxine Dupree, Lyra Valkyria be involved in these matches, and if not, we get the recycled versions of Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, Tiffany Stratton, Asuka. We're up and standing. Who is actually, what are we going to be seeing? We've already solidified that Liv Morgan is going to go over to WrestleMania. Now, what other woman should we give this opportunity to? We know that Rhea Ripley is definitely one of the favorites at WWE. Definitely someone who, no matter what, will get a WrestleMania opportunity. Tiffany Stratton had the title, and this is her revenge arc. Alexa Bliss, I believe, has a storyline cooking up either here, either next year, to when finally her and Charlotte Flair break apart, and that will be the telling point. So who deserves it out of the women that have been aforementionedly mentioned? It would be Asuka. Asuka, because she's building up a new evil heel character. She's been able to manipulate Zaire. She's been able to do things a bit different with this whole new twist and turn. So what we're seeing could be the rise of another change in the Oscars' reign. What we're also seeing is the repetition of what they may have. Now, in the 2025 results of the Elimination Chamber, we saw some type of shocking facts where it actually Cena's heel turn, a return of a legend, Randy Orton, Jada Cargill attacking Naomi for what was a dramatic scene of Bianca Belair, and she was able to pick up her win. A lot of WrestleMania implementations and a lot of things that throughout the year they had already planted into our heads, planted into things that were there and things that were going to be done. If we take a close look at how Bianca Belair ended up defeating Tiffany Stratton, that just gives us the idea that it could be Asuka defeating Rhea Ripley, because they have already been involved in some type of tag team discussion. They're right now one of the superstars that you can say have the tag team. They might be wanting to do something with that, and not is to say that Tiffany Stratton does not deserve to be there, but it is to say that WrestleMania and the way that the WWE operates is sometimes synonymous with what they do. Now, big implementations to this WWE WrestleMania and Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber because right now it's set to be in Chicago, and it's set to be something that hasn't really occurred in a while. Something that has been cooking in over 30 years for a PLE ticket starting around $245. I mean, CM Punk is definitely rising up the ticket values, is definitely bringing up the heat, is definitely considering himself worth it. But the WWE has also been on this rise, on this new terrain, on this new showing that they've taken over, and it's a global phenomenon. It's like seeing a concert, watching a movie, a play, an opera, all in one, and they considered that they do in fact deserve it. Elimination Chamber is performed and was created by Triple H, and of course he won't give up on the idea. He won't give up on the idea of changing the title, because the title is actually something that frequently changes in the Elimination Chamber. Now, this year, it may not be for a certain Elimination Chamber, a certain stipulation of getting a title, but it is, in fact, a stipulation for the road to WrestleMania, for the WrestleMania moment, for a WrestleMania match against a championship. It is going to be interesting to see what exactly we're going to be seeing. Is it going to be LA Knight's push? Is it going to be the return of the rise of Tiffany Stratton because well deserved and everything? Is there going to be an attack by that mystery hoodie man who is also doing the curb stomp, who for right now hasn't been declared to be Seth Rollins, hasn't been declared to be Austin Theory, and we're looking, because people are looking and talking about it, Chris Jericho. When are we going to see Chris Jericho actually come back? He hasn't been in AEW. Rumors were he did sign. Can we get that back? There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things about how Brock Lesnar will end up in WrestleMania because he wants to have it down. And there's a lot of rumors about changes coming, about appearances, because that's exactly what we've seen at the Elimination Chamber. We've seen the returns of legends. We've seen the changing of the course, the new factors, the shock value. And right now we're left wondering, alright, what will we see then at the WWE's Elimination Chamber? Who will be able to take it for granted? Who will be able to crown themselves? We got only a few more qualifying matches, but I just wanted to put it in your head about exactly how this all gets built up, about exactly what would be the procedures. And right now, coming to take for it for the rumors. All right, LA Knight, Tiffany Stratton. Yes, of course, the fans would want that. That is what the fans want. But it's all about the shock value right now. It's a different era of WWE. It's a different time. It's a different changing. But one thing we do and can notice are the repetitions, are the patterns, are the things that we can see. So let's not take it for granted. Let's actually focus in and see, can we see a return of a legend like Chris Jericho? Because that's something we got to see last year with the return of Randy Orton. Can we see some type of shock value like that heel turn that was implemented by John Cena? Now are we going to see something different? Some type of other shock value? A betrayal of some sorts? Maybe a winner that was not expected to win the Elimination Chamber, such as LA Knight. So many implementations to what it comes down to be, and maybe people have grown tired of what the Elimination Chamber has been, right? It's a continuation. It's like when Hell in the Cell had its own PLE. It loses its value, it loses its meaning, and right now it's only a way for us to see who the next person is going to be at WrestleMania. But how about we actually take it for what it was constructed to be? A dangerous mechanism where, yes, maybe the fans in attendance are going to be having a great time because it's really constructed badly across cages, across barriers, something that you can't really see. But at the same time, we're left wondering, is it maybe something where we're going to see people that deserve the push get up and above because of the brutality that it takes to be and force themselves into the WrestleMania scene?